Hello everyone and welcome back to another post for the Bitcoin technical analysis. What I have here is the chart for Bitcoin versus USD from Bitfinex, and this is the one-day candles. And when you can see on the left is also the chart for Bitcoin USD one-day candles from Bitfinex, but this is from the previous bubble at the end of 2013. I have been showing this for the past few videos. Okay, so in my last video, let me turn on the drawings so I can show it better. Okay, so I put this arrow here 2 videos ago. So we were around here maybe 9 days ago. The price was 2,500 more or less. And I said that I expected the price to go up to 2,700. And then bounce down going into a bear market. The reason for me to believe this is because looking at the chart from the bubble in 2014, we can see that every peak and every low, it actually matches. Even this little sell-off here would be this little sell-off here, then going up to all-time highs, and then crashing. So here the little sell-off goes up to all-time highs, then it crashes, then it goes back up to all-time highs. Same thing happened here. When it crashed here, it went back up to all-time highs. Then a big crash happened, which is this big crash happened, and then the next pump is what we know as the return to normal. This is when people think that we're gonna be going back to normal and hitting all-time highs again. It happens in every bubble for any asset. So it happened the same here in Bitcoin. It went all-time highs to 3,000. Then it had this big crash, and when it recovered quick, we all thought that we were gonna go back to all-time highs because we come from a very long bull run. We've been through many crashes before. So this would be just like one more crash before going again to all-time highs, but it didn't happen. It didn't hit the all-time highs. It went lower and then we crashed again. So it's the same that happened in this bubble in 2014 and the same thing that happens in most bubbles. Okay, it doesn't reach all-time highs again and then it crashes again. Okay, so the reason for my prediction to think this was going to go to 2,700 and then go back into a bear market is because in the 2014 chart, after this crash, it went back up, making a double top with this lower peak of the bubble. After that, this peak here was the last peak before going into a very long bear market. Okay, so I was expecting something similar since these patterns have been repeating very, very consistently for so many months. It was expected that it would do the same. It would hit 2,700, making a double top with this lower peak of the bubble and then going into a bear market. So that was what I was expecting. Hit here 2,700 and then going into a bear market. It didn't reach to 2,700, but that's okay. It went to 2,628. It says here, like actually hitting resistance, not with this high here, but with this little one here. That's a resistance line, and when the price was down here and it went up, it hit this resistance line, and then it went down. However, this seems that it's still holding true, even though it didn't go up to make a double top with this peak. It did hit resistance here. So I'm going to move this line here. Okay, it hit this resistance before bouncing down. Okay, so what's going to happen now from now on? I have here another screenshot. This is also Bitcoin USD one-day candles from the top of the bubble in 2014. but it's a little bit more extended and with some trend lines, okay? So as we can see, these trend lines, the red downtrend lines would be these two, okay? And then we have the green uptrend lines here, which would match with these in 2017, these three green uptrend lines here. And then after we went up here and touched this resistance, in 2014, that served as a trend line for the future, as you can see, for a very long time while we were in the bear market. This trend line that we could, after this top here, which I'm assuming is this top that we just had, okay, then from this top we could draw a long downtrend line, and it's been following for the whole bear market. So I am going to do the same here. I'm going to draw a trend line. I'll do it in red, okay, from the very top of the bubble to the top of this peak, okay. Maybe could be possible that we're going to be following this line down. I don't know. That's what happened in 2014, and it could very well happen now in 2017. I'm going to leave this line here, okay. Another thing that I realized, I was studying this chart just now before starting this video, and what I did to try and figure out how, if we're going down, where are we going to be stopping, what I did is I threw the Fibonacci retracement all the way up to the top of the bubble. What I could observe after I threw this Fibonacci is that actually the lines from the Fibonacci are holding true very, very well. The first one is actually where this top bounced. It stopped here. It was a resistance line that came from here. The price wasn't able to break up, so it bounced in this Fibonacci line. The next Fibonacci line down is actually this support and resistance line that we have tested so many times so far. One here, 2, 3, and now 4. The next Fibonacci line down, it was actually resistance here, and it was also support here, and we could say here. The next Fibonacci line down, it was actually support here and support here in this big drop. The next Fibonacci line down was consolidation here. So these Fibonacci lines are actually holding true very well. I'm going to leave them here, and I'm going to use them as a future support and resistance. So I'm going to clean up this chart now. This red line, we don't need it anymore because it's already the Fibonacci line here. I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to delete this other support and resistance line that I had here, delete, because now we can see it on the Fibonacci. I had another red line here, if you can see it. It's right behind the Fibonacci. Oh, and we have, okay, I'll delete this one, and we have another one here, okay. I'll delete this one because now we have the Fibonacci lines. So I can clean up the chart a little bit. And this was here. I think this is going to continue to go down, and it's going to maybe stop or bounce a little bit or consolidate for a little bit in the next Fibonacci line. I'm going to leave it like this, and I'm going to save this chart. I'll leave it here. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.